All right, team. I'm really excited today for number stories, especially because at the end of number stories today, before we go into writing, we are going to be doing a wiggle break together. So I'm really excited to end number stories a little bit early so we can do that wiggle break. Fatima, loving that silent excitement. Before we get started today, I want to make sure that everyone is seated. I need to make sure that I can see your face. So William, this is my second time reminding you. Your camera, thank you so much. Your camera needs to show your face. That's the only way that I know that you're here with us. All right, team. Let me quickly take a question from Luce. Go ahead, Luce.
Can I drink some water right now?
Now is not the time to get water. You can get it during our wiggle break, okay? Great. All right, team. Let's get started with our problem for today. Remember that superstar retellers are making sure that they are listening, just like Yet Siri was showing us yesterday. They're using gestures as I retell the story, so they're thinking about what is happening. So Miss Diaz, one of the fourth grade teachers, had some crayons because she wanted the fourth graders to do a coloring project. But she was a little forgetful and she lost 63 of her crayons. Now she has only 48 crayons left, and she wants to know how many crayons she started with. All right, let's take a look at the problem together. Remember that scholars are about to retell, so make sure that you're following along using your gestures. If you have a pencil in your hand, you can put it down because you don't need your pencil right now. Thank you, Daquan. Miss Diaz had some crayons. She lost 63 of them. Now she has 48 crayons left. How many crayons did she have to start with? All right, co-teachers, go ahead and call on scholars who have a sharp hand raised, ready to retell.
I'm unmuting Makissa. Makissa, go ahead. Oh, sorry, I don't think that worked. Sorry, Makissa, can you start from the beginning? I couldn't hear you at first. Go ahead.
Miss Diaz has some crayons. She lost 63 of those crayons. How many and now she has 48 crayons. How many crayons did she start with?
Beautiful, Makissa. Let's give her 2 claps. 2 claps. Really strong retell, Makissa. All right, as our second reteller gets started, I'm looking to see who is following along, giving that scholar thumbs up as they say the correct information from the story. Co-teachers, whoever is ready.
Miss Lester, I'm going to unmute Amelia. I chose Amelia because she was showing thumbs up, agreeing with Makissa the whole time that she was presenting.
Oh, I'm not surprised, Miss Napolitano. Amelia is always an expert evaluator.
Miss David had some crayons. She lost
63
crayons. Now she had
48
crayons. We want to know how many crayons did she start with?
Beautiful. Nicely done, Amelia. Let's give her 2 claps. 2 claps. Ooh, I love the way that Lorena, Jocelyn, Tyler are following along. All right, we need one more reteller.
All right, I am going to unmute. I can't choose. I'm going to unmute Muhammad. Oh, give me 1 second, Moo. It's not working. All right, Moo, we'll have to come back to you later. It won't let me unmute you right now. I am going to
Muted now.
Oh, there you go, Moo. Go ahead.
Miss Diaz has some crayons. Then she has 63 crayons. Then she loses 48 of them. And we want to know how many does she have?
Ooh, I noticed so many scholars evaluating. I'm gonna go to Alvin. Go ahead, Al.
I disagree with Moo because he put the numbers in different orders, but that wasn't the order of the numbers.
Very nicely said, Alvin. Amelia, I want you to retell the problem one more time. Muhammad, I want you to pay attention as Amelia retells, and then it will be your turn again, okay? Show me a thumbs up. All right, go ahead, Amelia.
Miss David had some crayons. She lost
63.
63 crayons. Now she had
48.
48 crayons. We want to know how many crayons did she start with?
Thank you, Amelia. All right, go ahead, Moo.
Miss Diaz has some crayons. She lost 63 of them. Now she only has 48. We want to know how many does she have left?
We know how many she has left. You just told us that
How many crayons does she have?
we know how many she has. We know that she ended up with 48. What are we looking for, Muhammad?
How many crayons?
Let's see, Miss Napolitano, who can help us out to of what we're finding for? Of what
I'm
we're
gonna
looking for.
unmute Adriana. Adriana, go ahead.
We're finding out how much crayons did she start with.
Thank you, Adriana. Muhammad, what are we looking for?
How much crayons did we start with?
Beautiful. All right, let's take a quick look back at the problem together. Chloe, I noticed that you have been solving this whole time. Please put your pencil down. You will not be chosen as a presenter today. Your hand should be folded and your eyes should be on the screen. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at the problem one more time together. Miss Diaz had some crayons. She lost 63 of them. Now she has 48 crayons left. How many crayons did she have to start with? All right, if we are ready, we will go into our breakout rooms and solve.
All right.
All right, team, just waiting for a couple more scholars to file in. While we're waiting, I'm gonna take some questions. There you go. Go ahead, Omari. Omari?
What packet is Number Stories in? Because
Number Stories should be in the same packet that you were using Number Stories with before. I believe that Number Stories.
There's a reteach packet because it's Thursday and we're supposed to have reteach.
No, we're working with Number Stories. Okay, looks like maybe not everyone has the problem. So I am going to show you the problem on my screen. Remember that as soon as you have solved, you should be raising a silent hand so that way I can take a look at your work so I can see who is ready to present today. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen with you. And go ahead and start solving. Jacob, unfortunately, I cannot answer your question unless your face is on the screen. Sandy gets right to work. Good job, Sandy. Jacob, you have 1 minute to make sure your face is on the screen before you will be counted as absent. Please stop turning your screen off and on. You need to have your face on the camera the whole time. I'm going to chat you, Jacob, because you have a question. Liam, I should see that your pencil's to paper and that you're solving. Oops. Sorry, team, let me stop sharing for 1 second. Yes, go ahead, Liam.
I already solved it for everyone though.
Great, so then your hand should be raised so you can show me your work. That is close, but not correct. Double check your work. Tyler, you ready? Go ahead, Tai Tai. Yes, good job, Tyler. That's correct. All right, Ty, try a different strategy. Go ahead, Ian. Yes, Angel, if you don't have the packet, no matter what subject it is, just do it on a blank piece of paper. Ian, that is not correct. Kaylee, you ready? Go ahead, Kay. Yes, good job. Kaylee, can you hold it up closer for me for a second? Nicely done, Kaylee. Very nice. See if you can try even another strategy. Sorry, team, give me 1 second. All right, go ahead, Sav. Ooh. Savannah. Can you do me a favor, Savannah, and can you label your strategies for me? Can you label them A, B, C, D? Yeah, Siri, go ahead. Your answer is correct, Yachts. Can you zoom out a little bit so I can see your strategy? You move the paper back a little bit so I can see your strategy. A little bit closer, sweetheart. Oh, goodness. Yeah, looking good, Yatsiri. Oh, Yatsiri, move your paper closer to where your face is, if that makes any sense. No. I know, it's difficult, sweet girl. All right, it looks good. Your strategies look good and your answer's correct. All right, Jocelyn, go ahead. Joss, can you write your answer really big for me? It's hard to see. There you go, Liam. Good job. Nice job fixing your mistake. Now I want you to try a second strategy. You got this, Lee. Go ahead, teams. Yes, Jacob, I will go ahead and share my screen again. I'm confused as to why it's taken you 5 minutes to ask me for the problem, because you should have been solving this whole time. So I do not think that you will have enough time to present today. All right, team, give me 1 second. All right. Sorry, teams. I can't see your answer. Can you please point to it for me? You're gonna need to write it bigger, teams. You have to write bigger because I can't see, especially on the computer screen. Ian, my love, I would love to come to you, but right now you need to calm down. Once you have calmed down, I will come to you. Sandy, go ahead. Yes, good job, Sandy. You got it. Who have I not seen yet? Yanni, can I see your work? Can you point to your answer for me, Yanni? Your answer is not correct, Fatima. So Giannis, you did not show me your work, my love. I asked you to show me your paper. You need to point to your answer, Giannis. I can't see. Quickly, Ian. There you go, Ian. Good job. Proud of you for calming down and bringing it back. That's what it's all about. All right, team. As we move back into our main session, let's make sure that our pencils are down and we are sitting up straight. Let's see who looks like a role model, who looks like they are going to join the Lunch Bunch list for tomorrow. Exciting. Let's see. Wow, Keza is sitting up so straight. Umaima. I see Noel's eyes focused on the camera. Very nice. All right, team. I'm really excited to have some scholars share out their strategies, but before they do, I want us to talk about the number sentence for this problem, because in my advisory group, I saw that some scholars were not using the correct operation. So let's go ahead and go back to the problem. I'm going to read it to you one more time. Miss Diaz had some crayons. She lost 63 of them. Now she has 48 crayons left. How many crayons did she have to start with? All right, co-teachers, can we call on one scholar to share out their number sentence?
I know one scholar in my advisory group who had a great number sentence was Lewis.
Excellent.
All right, Lou, I'm coming to unmute you right now. Go ahead, Lou.
First, I put an open.
Well, freeze, Lou, not your strategy, just your number sentence.
My number sentence was 63 plus 48 equals something. And I labeled 63. I labeled 63 for how much she lost, and I labeled 48 as for the one she had left, and I labeled the question mark for how much she started with.
All right, let's go ahead and evaluate. Agree, disagree. This is the number sentence that matches the problem.
I noticed Lorena and Allison evaluated right away, Miss Lester.
Excellent. Kaylee, I'm going to come to you. Kaylee, go ahead.
I say so because they from the problem, but the order doesn't match the problem. So the number sentence needs to be something minus 63 equals 48.
Something minus 63 equals 48. Kaylee, how do you know that we should start with the question mark?
You should start with the question mark because that's the crayon that she started with.
Can you read me that first sentence of the problem, Kaylee?
It says, Miss Diaz had some crayons.
Beautiful. She had some crayons. That means, Lewis, that we don't know how many she started with. So you're right, Lewis. We could absolutely use your equation to solve the problem. That's the equation that would match your strategy, but we were looking for the equation that matched the problem. If we don't know how much someone started with, then we should start with that question mark to represent the unknown. Thank you for that evaluation and clarification, Kaylee. All right. I noticed in my advisory group, that's why I wanted to go over the number sentence, that some scholars were subtracting, doing 63 minus 48 equals something. So they were getting a smaller number rather than a bigger number. Can I have someone raise a silent hand? How did you know that you needed to add 63 and 48? All right, I'll go ahead and look for a raised hand. Can I please have, let's go for Keza. Hold on, Keza, it's not letting me unmute you. All right, sorry, Keza, it's not letting me unmute you. I'm gonna go to co-teachers. It's not letting me unmute, so if someone can unmute a scholar with a raised hand.
Kaysa's unmuted. Go ahead, Kaysa.
So I know. Can you repeat the question?
How did you know that we needed to add 63 and 48?
We needed to add 63 and 48 because in the problem it says how many did she start with. If there's two amounts and we don't know the total, we must need to add those two amounts to find some way to get our total amount.
Keza, how did you know we were looking for a total?
We were looking for a total because the question asking us how many did she start with, and the problem also says she had some crayons, and that we don't know what some crayons is.
Excellent, Keza, thank you so much for going back to the language of the problem. Very nice. Whenever we are solving a problem in math, we always need to be thinking about what the question is asking us to find. Like Keza named, in this problem, the question was asking us to find the total, how much Miss Diaz started with. All right, we're now gonna go to our presenters.
Ms. Lester, before we start presenting, I think it'd be perfect time for reset. I see some scholars dancing and doing other things that are not focused.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jones. Before we have our presenters get started, let's absolutely make sure that we are seated flat as we should be for the whole lesson. A reminder that we are on the lookout for those scholars who are going to join us for lunch bunch. And at the end of the lesson, we are going to have a wiggle break. If you are a scholar who is not following along with the lesson, then you will be put into the waiting room and you will not be able to participate in the wiggle break. So let me.
Another reminder, if you're a scholar and you're not sharing your video, so we can't see your screen, this is your last reminder. If we have to remind you again, you'll be counted absent. You'll have to make this up.
So let's make sure that all eyes are on the screen because I really want us all to be able to participate in our wiggle break. I see Yatsiri's eyes. I see Malaman's body is still. Angel, please put your pencil down. Angel, please put your pencil down. Thank you. All right, we are going to go ahead and I believe, Ms. Napolitano, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Adriana is starting us off.
Yes, Adriana's going to start us off. I will unmute her right now.
You want me to start
All right. Adriana, you are going to present your strategy, the one that you told me about, okay?
the number line?
Yes.
Okay. So first I put a line in the middle. And then I started with 63.
Adriana, why did you start with 63?
I started with 63 because the problem said that Miss Diaz lost 63 of her crayons.
Excellent. Keep going.
And then I jumped 40.
What's he talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I need a whole iron.
Keep going.
Then I got 103.
Keep going, Adriana.
And then I jumped 8.
Mhm.
Then I didn't know what 103 plus 8 was, so I used my algorithm and put 103 plus 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then I knew 8 plus 3 equals 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1 plus 0 equals 1.
Okay.
And then I knew
So
there was
Adriana, if 8 plus 3 equals 11, how many 10s did you need to regroup?
I knew that 8 plus 3 equals 11. I regrouped to the tens place, and then
Adriana, how many 10s did you regroup?
how many tens I regrouped is 11.
So you put 11 into the 10s place.
Yeah.
Let's evaluate. Co-teachers, if you could call on someone to evaluate.
Notice that Kofi is disagreeing. Kofi, go ahead, level 3.
I disagree because you can't put two whole tens into the tens place. You can only put 1 10 into the ones place and put the another one into the ones place.
So Kofi, what you were saying was a little bit confusing, so I'm going to make sure that I explain it in more clarifying language. I believe what Kofi was trying to say is that you can't have 2 digits in one place. So Adriana, you did not put 11 into the tens, into the tens place. Because you solved this accurately, you put 1 10 into the tens place. And how many ones did you have left over?
How many ones did I have?
Adriana, you're starting with how. You should be flipping the question. I had
1 ones left over.
Beautiful. Then I remember that you said 1 plus 0 is 1. And then how many hundreds did you have?
And then I only have 1, so I put 1.
Beautiful. And what was your answer, Adriana?
And I got my answer 111 crayons.
Excellent. All right, nicely done, Adriana. We are going to go ahead and give Adriana a cheer for the sake of time, because I really want to make sure that we are getting to our wiggle break. We are going to give Adriana our roller coaster cheer, and maybe tomorrow we can start adding in some new cheers. All right, let's go ahead. Ooh, I love how I already see William's hands raised. He is ready to rumble. All right, getting started with that roller coaster cheer. Ready? Woo, woo, woo. Oh my gosh, William, that just made me so happy to see you do that. Thank you so much for your energy. All right, nicely done, Adriana. We're now going to go ahead and have Lorena present. Before we do, I want to make sure that everyone is with us. Let's see who has definitely earned that wiggle break. I see Haley's eyes on the screen. I see Daniel's body is still. Shania is ready to go. All right, go ahead, Lorena, whenever you are ready.
First, I put 60. I put 60 plus 40 equals 100.
Lorena, where did you get 60 from?
I got 60 from the 63.
Oh, okay.
And I got 40 from the 48.
Beautiful. I'm just going to quickly show that on the side. 63, she got a 60, and 48 is where she got that 40. Go ahead, Lo.
When I noticed the ones, I put 3 plus 8 equals 11.
Lorena, where did you get that 3 and 8 from?
I got the 3 from the 63, and I got the 8 from the 48.
Beautiful. Keep going.
When I noticed 111, they didn't have a sentence, so I made a third sentence, and I put 100 plus 11 equals 111.
Excellent. And what was your answer, Lo?
My answer was 111 crayons.
I have really noticed that during number stories, all presenters are making sure that they include the unit so we know what they're talking about. Nice job, presenters. All right, Lorena. I actually think because you did such a great job of explaining how you solved that we have time for me to teach you another cheer. So we are going to do our mirror cheer because this is another one of my favorites. So I'm going to quickly teach it to you first, and then we're all going to do it together. All right, it looks like this. Looking good. All right, your turn. I should see your hands up. Waiting on Adriana. All right, let's go for it. Ready? Looking good. Nice work, Lorena. All right, I want to bring a question out to the whole group. Why do you think that Lorena chose to add 60 plus 40 and 3 plus 8 instead of adding 63 and 48?
Looking for some hands. Omari, you have a hand up. Go ahead, Omari, level 3.
I think she did that so because she couldn't I think she did that because she probably couldn't add it together because she needed to break it down so it could be more easier for her.
Omari, do you remember a mathematical term that means to break down numbers?
Decomposing?
Yeah, good job, Mar. Nice job. Yeah, Lorena was able to decompose that numbers into their different places, the 10s, the 60 and the 40, and the 1s, the 3 plus 8. Let's hear from Lorena if we can unmute her. Lorena, what was your thinking for using this strategy?
What was my thinking for the strategy?
Lorena, pause 1 second. You started your answer with what? You want to make sure that we're flipping the question. Alvin, I noticed that you're getting a little wiggly. Let's make sure that we pay attention and give respect to Lorena. Go ahead, Lo.
I did the strategy because it would be more faster if I decompose them into 3 sentences. Because if I put it in one full sentence, number sentence, then I would get all confused, and and if I did that, I would put 30 plus 80 equals 100, and then I would put 60 plus 40 equals 11.
So this strategy was easier for you. Excellent. I want us to do a whole class gesture. So let's put our fists in front of our chests. Thank you, Lo. Thank you, Mar. Thank you, Naisha. If we added 63 plus 48 together, would we need to regroup? Show me thumbs up for agree, thumbs down for disagree. All right, so I'll quickly do a shake, shake, show. Shake, shake, show. Co-teachers,
You need to make sure you're participating the whole time. Definitely if you want to join the wiggle group after.
I'm going to quickly call on Alina. Alina. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. It will not let me unmute you. All right. Alina, how do you know that we would need to regroup?
We need to regroup because already from the 10s, I know that 6
plus 4 equals 10, and I know that we need to add the 10 from the tens place over to the 100s place.
Alina, how many can I have in one place?
You can only have one.
Let me ask it another way. Can I have 10 in one place?
No.
No, I can only have 1-digit numbers, not 2-digit numbers. So Lorena probably decided to decompose the numbers in this way or break it down like Omari said, because that way she wouldn't have to regroup, so it was easier for her. Very nice job today, presenters. I know that as I was talking to other teachers, we were really excited about the strategies that we saw. All right, we are going to go ahead and we are going to move into a wiggle, which I'm really excited about. I know that in